There we go. Hopefully. Yeah, now we're good. See if just the default works, huh?
Front, right.
Oh yeah. I think we're good with audio. That's good. Sweet. All right. So, this is a new operating system on the same computer. I have I've had some issues with my graphics card and Windows updates. A new version of Windows update rolled out surrounding Windows 11, which my computer is way too old to run, but it is, yeah, Ubuntu. It is basically, it's Pop OS, which is a Ubuntu fork. So I'm liking it. But it was by necessity because Windows no longer supports my motherboard graphics card combo. And I was kind of making it work for a few more weeks by using System Restore to keep undoing Windows updates so my computer would work again. But that wasn't sustainable. And Windows eventually deleted my System Restore point that worked. So I was out of ideas. I reinstalled Windows a bunch of times and reinstalled the drivers a bunch of times, and I was like, well, let's try Linux, and everything worked right out of the box with Linux. So I was like, sweet, we're using Linux. But the beautiful thing about that is Godot likes Linux and OBS likes Linux, so away we go. Get back on the horse. Oh, I mean, so my computer is very old. Um, I have an Intel something something Z7 something. It's a motherboard from like 2012. The CPU's an Intel i5 3550, also from like 2012, right? So very old. And then my graphics card is my best piece. My graphics card is from 2017. It's a uh, MSI AMD RX 570. So who knows? It wasn't the drivers because I could specify it with safe mode DDU and give it the old drivers, and it still wouldn't work. So there's also some like registry setting or something. I don't know. I tried a whole bunch of stuff. I tried all the Reddit suggestions. I gave it like 2 full days of working on it, and I was like, you know what? Let's try Linux, and it worked. How have you been? Anything new or different? I've just mostly been. Hang on. Yeah, this is the right one. Should be anyway. I've not been very productive over the last week. Just mostly stressing about world events, I suppose. But uh, if I don't get back into this and do something productive, I'm gonna get out of the habit of it. So gotta give it a go. Gotta give it a go. And I don't know if I've tried to run this yet. Yeah, definitely me either. So, uh, let's see. F5 should still work, right? That's promising. I'm curious to see how this ports to Linux, you know? Uh-oh. Stand by. I'm gonna need to add the ability to switch keyboards because I'm in Dvorak right now, so. Okay. Have you done much Ubuntu or Linux in general? I've always flirted with it, but I've never used it as my main until this week, so. Okay. Let's see. Keyboard, here we go. Vectors, basis, and quaternions? I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Still can't understand. Quaternions. Yeah, I have no idea. Transforms make sense, and vectors and bases. I don't know about quaternions. Are those for rotation? Use Ubuntu. Yeah, so I mean, I work on Linux servers all the time. I don't do much, you know, UI Linux stuff for sure. At least not at work. Let's see. Here we go. That's pretty easy. Let's do English, US. Boom. Cool. So then I should be able to reopen the game. It's for rotation. Makes sense. Makes sense. Is that about how, like, if you just use the 3 axes of degrees, you can get into gimbal lock situations? So quaternions fix that? Alright, there we go. Can I walk around properly now? No? Okay, we're not quite there yet. Okay. Now, I think I should be able to toggle that, right? No, that doesn't toggle it. Oh. Yeah, you probably know more about it than I do, so that's the full extent of my knowledge. Have COVID restrictions, or I guess your own, just being careful, have you been able to see your partner or other family and folks, or not yet still? Keyboard short, super space. Oh, super space? Yeah. Super space makes sense. So it should be like this. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's perfect. It's Control Shift on Windows, but it's Windows key space bar here to switch keyboard layouts. There we go. Sound effects work. clicking and dragging works. This is an interesting experiment. This is the first time I've opened my game in Linux, and it's running it pretty well. It's a little choppy, honestly, but that's okay. Definitely usable. Oops, that's right. I need this one still. So, I'm going to work on this for maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and let's see if we can load the magazine into the macro. Which... There we go. Let me just play this through super quick just to make sure everything still works. Hey, cool. Yeah, everything works. Adds a record to the high score page. Very cool. Alright, so now this guy this all still works, hopefully. Seems to. So that's cool. But now we need to be able to put this in the gun. So that's the next project. And to do that, I've done it before in previous iterations of this, so we can reuse some of that logic potentially. But it's really going to be a simpler version of this for the cartridges, right? Because you can take the cartridge and add it into here. So there's a hitbox that does the handoff between the cartridge and the thing. And so it's an analogous operation. So let's go to here, like this, and we're going to want the scene. There we go. All right. So we're going to want a hitbox or area underneath the magazine well here. And if the magazine enters it, that will trigger the, insert mag logic. So we can even just use the magazine as a bit of a template here. So this is the transfer hitbox right here. Right there. So it's called cartridge entry area. And so we're going to do the same kind of thing here. Let's add a child. It doesn't necessarily have to be a child of the frame, I suppose. Area. Feels weird, my recent node types is empty. Oh, yeah. Super space. Get back into Dvorak. Because I haven't been typing on this. Okay, so here we go. Area. Like that. And we're going to call this magazine entry area. And then, oh, we're also going to need to program the mag release. Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. We'll get there. We'll get there. We don't have to tackle that all at once. All right. So we need to give it a collision shape. Okay. Of type box. And let's start with smaller than that. Okay. Yeah, we can play with this because what we want this to really represent is if a magazine comes anywhere in this area, it's gonna snap to a certain position, and it's going to become parented to the gun. So we can play with this and see what makes the most sense in practice, and we'll go from there. So next, I think we're going to want a still stock situation unchanged. Family is more relaxed about it since the effect is not too bad, I think. Yeah, hopefully. The vaccines really help quite a bit. Still wary. Some people have more serious reaction towards it. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially more vulnerable folks. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Let's see. So let's. Thank you. I need to do better at brushing it. But I like having long hair. It's fun. It's good for going to metal shows, like headbanging or whatever, you know. Let's see. We want it's the Russian spam bot. Hello. Let's see. Sorry, I'm distracted. I need the node. On the magazine, we're going to have a cartridge entry position. There we go. So we're going to want something kind of analogous here. We're going to want a magazine entry position. So let's add a magazine in here just so we have something to work with. Yeah, fortunately not. But every time I start a stream, I don't know why, I'm sure there's a reason, but you see the message is like just a couple random letters and then a period, you know, and then a word, like it's vum.today. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure it's a just whatever. A script, a computer program of some kind. All right. So we're going to want to put this guy over here. Let's go. Yeah, we are in orthogonal view already. So we're going to have to rotate this, and I've written this down somewhere. I think it's like 17 degrees or so. Does that make sense? No, it can't be 17 degrees. That's way too big. Oh, no. I know I wrote this down somewhere. It's in my notes, or I can just kind of fudge it. That looks about right. Yeah, we can tweak it and try to figure it out. But I'm gonna say something like that, and then have like maybe right here. Be where it snaps to. We'll try it. We'll say that's a good starting spot. So we're going to add a child node to this. That's just a position 3D. What does the, I saw in your other video, you had a navigation in your object. Is that for like pathfinding for AI? I haven't done any of that, so that's probably something I'm going to have to learn about. And then let's call this magazine entry position. Can I call it position or pause? Position. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. It's good to, I guess, not abbreviate things unless I have to, so I like that just fine. Let's put this at the top level. And we'll keep the magazine for now, but we can hide it, because that's just this is an example. So the first order of business here is just when, kind of now this is going to be a little bit meta, right? But when, if we look at this, cartridge entry area, collision entry area. So this is masked to only interact with cartridges. Now, I don't have a magazine collision layer, right? But I do have a cartridge collision layer, okay? So we probably want to we do this a couple ways, but let's go ahead and add a new layer, because that makes sense. So if we go to navigation is for AI. That video is just about a setting in the navigation mesh that I found. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Cool that you can bake the navigation mesh with groups instead of having them need to be in a hierarchical structure, because sometimes that might be, you know, not the node tree that you want. So that's handy. Let's see. Here we go. 3D physics layers. Magazine layer is layer 7. So let's look at this guy and put him on layer 6 and 7. I think that's fine. Yeah. Does that mean cartridges on layer 3 and 6? I think so. Let's check. Well, it's actually only on layer 3. Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I wonder why maybe I didn't fully implement that the way I meant to. We'll see. I'll leave that be for now because it's currently working. But I think any object that you can click and drag around in your pockets should just have this layer, and then that's the only thing it will look at. I don't know. I'll revisit that. I'll put that on my to-do list. So here, okay, that magazine entry area needs to collide with layer 7. There we go. That's good. And then the magazine itself needs to belong to layer 7. Just like that. Cool. Okay, that seems like it should work. This is an interesting question. It should be fine. I'm just thinking I might actually want might want two different things. I might want the clickable area to be different. Totally, yeah. Have a good day at work, and stay safe. And thanks for saying hi. Sorry for dropping off the face of the earth for a minute. Talk to you later. See ya. All right. So this. Right. We may track shape. What I wonder if we do. See, we don't want this to conflict with the cartridge, but I think if we just do that, we should be all right. That shouldn't conflict, and that should be close enough. We will find out, I suppose. We will find out. So let's save that. And then come back over here. So, yeah, that looks good. And then the layers are correct. So now we need a signal wired up on that. So if we look at the example I have here, got a signal, and the signal is body entered that we're using. And I feel like there's a bunch. There's area entered. Yeah, but because this is a kinematic body, we want body entered. That's what we want. So let's look at the signals here. Body entered. And the parent is going to listen for that signal. Just like this. And so we go like that. Right? And then this is, for now, let's just print something. Okay, and then I wonder if we can get our output to show up like we used to when we were in Windows. Maybe. Window capture. Let's call this debug. Not quite the same, but we'll be able to catch the gist of it, I think. All right. Oh, well, that was silly. I chose the wrong gun. So now what are we doing? F5. There we go. Cool. So now the thought would be, let's watch the debug command console and see if any message comes in when we drag this over. Yeah, look at that. That's working. So it's detecting when this magazine is close. See, and that's the whole point. So I'm pretty sure I wrote down the actual angle of that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see, to do short term? Nope. I have too many little copied and pasted numbers in different places. That's all right. That's all right. We will just figure it out. We'll just figure it out. So that's all good. So now what we need to do is transfer the magazine from the pockets to being a child of the pistol. So we have code for this already in the case of the cart magazine. So in the magazine here, we've got a type of signal, and the signal is ask for cartridge. And we're probably going to need to give as well. So let's go back over here. Yeah. So let's add these signals. And they're going to be ask for magazine. Oops. Missing a parenthesis. And give magazine. Right, so global transform is the transform of this node. So this is the position of the pistol, or whatever. Correct. So, that's all good. So ask for magazine, and I'm pretty sure this is right. Now there only is ever gonna be one gun, so, well, for now. So we don't need to pass that, or we shouldn't need to. But if we look at the magazine, when we have on body entered, right? So we're gonna just keep on keeping with the same stuff. Okay, like this. What do I want to name this variable? Can we have null in Godot, or is it none? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. So then, all right. So let's make sure that signal gets sent. did it again. There we go. What I really just need is a button to cancel out of the of this menu. All right. Oh, okay, there it goes. Oh, okay. That'll do it, that'll do it. It's fine, all's well. Okay. So we're just watching the the logs up here and hoping to see that message still appear. Yep. Magazine, please. Cool. That works. That's good. So then we want the player script to listen for that event. So we want on, here we go, on magazine, ask for cartridge. So we're going to have on gun ask for magazine. And okay. And now we just need to connect that, and then we need to declare an empty function on here that says okay. I before E, yeah. It's proper English. Okay. We've got that. Print this. And then we want to go, and we need to connect the signal when we create the magazine. So let's look here. Player. Disconnect magazine input event. Okay. Okay. Equip gun, here we go. There we go. Just keep this all together so it's nice and tidy. And that should work. Now, it's not going to do anything else with it, but it is going to delete it. It's going to delete it. So what we should see happen is it should just disappear. So when we try to put this in, it's just going to delete it right now. And we're going to see the messages up here in the log. So here it goes. Goodbye. Nope. Okay. Okay, maybe I didn't do my signals quite right, because that didn't work. Let me make sure I've got these handlers set up properly. So where's my equip gun? Right here. Connect, ask for magazine. On gun, ask for magazine. Was there any errors there? Emit signal error. Calling method signal, ask for magazine. Oh, method expected 1 arguments but called with 2. Ask for magazine, and then it says magazine. Right. Like that. Right, because at this point, you're never going to have more than 1 gun in your HUD, so we don't have to overcomplicate that. So that all looks good, so now it should work. Hopefully. Let's find out. Oh, there it happened. All right. I see the problem. I see the problem. Give magazine. We're on the wrong 3 object is why. Here we go. Magazine entry position. Oh, yeah, we need to do that. Reference that with the dollar. Boom. Boom. Alright. Try that. It seemed also like the hitbox was in the wrong spot. So we'll see how that ends up actually going. Put a round in there just for fun. So far so good. Alright, it hasn't clicked yet, and now it should click. Yeah. That worked. That worked. Is that? Now it's parented. Oh, that's cool, actually. Oh, right. All right. Looky there. Look at that. I smell a thumbnail right there. Lovely. Now, how do I screenshot? I do know how, actually. We just hit the screenshot button in Linux. That still works. Boom. Boom. All right. I think I'm going to take a break there. That was not much of a video, but here's an interesting question. Can we... Let's still let me add a cartridge. Oh. That's kind of cool, actually. Like, why not? That should work, I suppose. You know? That's pretty neat, honestly. Is it full? Nah, it shouldn't be full. Now, what we have to be careful of is you don't want to let them load it if the magazine is inside the gun. That would be bad. So really, we should probably change that. But we'll get there. Um, all right. Yeah, so I mean, we could do that pretty easily. So we could look at this magazine and we could give it a property, right? And then over here on the Makarov, we can say righto, yeah. And then, if we really wanted, we can try that real quick. Right, so we can still put some rounds in this right now. But if we put it in the gun, right, like that, now it's in the gun, we shouldn't be able to load anything into it. And that's by design. So there you go. There we go. Take a few more cool pictures of this, I suppose. That might be it. All right, that's enough fooling around. Let's call it a night, and yeah, thanks for checking it out. Cheers.